You're 2 sets to love down on centre court at Wimbledon playing Roger Federer. What's going through your mind at that point? I'm here with the legend, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. We're here at the beautiful Four Seasons Hotel in Cap-Ferrat. You must have played on 1,000 beautiful tennis courts in your career, but which is the most beautiful tournament you've ever played at personally?
I think the most impressive for me, without hesitation, Wimbledon. There is a huge protocol around this. Yeah, it makes it special.
It's crazy. Just for 2 weeks of the year, they spend the whole year just making the courts absolutely perfect to the millimetre.
It's just beautiful to see them work, before the tournament.
You've played on centre court against a certain Roger Federer, right?
Yeah, I remember the story of the match.
Yeah. Let's hear the story.
Yeah, the story was very special because he was leading by 2 sets to love.
But wait a minute, you're 2 sets to love down on centre court at Wimbledon playing Roger Federer. What's going through your mind at that point?
It's something I never dreamed about. To play Roger on the center was something I only seen, on my TV before.
You've played all of the big three at Grand Slams, and you've beaten all of the big three at Grand Slams. That is a crazy, crazy achievement. Not many people have done that.
So it's part of my story. I had the chance, or in French, the malchance, to play against the big three, all my career.
Yeah.
So I had the chance to play against them on big courts. Was not easy, because to win a Grand Slam for me was to beat them, in a row, and that's what make my career special. Because all my career I was, fighting to try to beat those guys in a row.
I mean, I can only imagine how hard of a task that is. Incredible.
I just did that one time in I would say a regular tournament in Toronto, Masters 1000, and I beat Novak and Andy, and then Roger in final and semi-final. Another player, not that bad, Dimitrov, and after this tournament, I was when I went to pee, I was blooding.
Really?
And I was like, wow, okay, it was an effort.
Yeah,
it was a good effort.
Oh my God, that's crazy. So you've done well in Canada. I've seen before. Is there something about being in Canada, or the crowd, or the court?
What was special in Canada, it's that they speak French. So for me, you can see,
you have the crowd.
I'm a lot more comfortable. I can get the crowd with me easily, even if everywhere else, I always had the chance to have the crowd with me, and this make my career special for me.
I always find interesting when I'm talking to players about their weaknesses on the court. Everyone has their strengths, shots they like to hit. But what is the shot you didn't feel comfortable hitting, or you tried to not run away from but avoid, in a sense?
For me, the most difficulty was on the return, especially on the backhand return, because on second ball against my opponent, I had always difficulties to return. So I did some mistakes sometimes, too early in the point. For me, it was something difficult.
Same with me in a one-handed backhand. It's not ideal situation, especially in today's game.
Yeah, you just have to slice,
Yeah, I have that. That's all I have.
That's all you have.
Anything else is going in the net or over the fence.
Exactly. For me, it was good to play a one single backhand because of this.
Yeah.
Because of this.
That's why you beat Roger on the clay.
Exactly.
Sounds absolutely unbelievable. Just something you've dreamt of as a kid, and you lived it yourself. What an amazing experience. I think we're going to have a little session on the court in a bit, so looking forward to that very much. You can teach me how to hit a return.
Yeah, we will go there. We go there with style.
Yeah, of course.
This is really important, because I consider that my sports is maybe one of the sports who had a huge influence the style, and the fashion.
I think tennis is one of those sports where you know, fashion is such an important aspect of it.
Exactly. You know, I think for me, like, Jordan exists just because of tennis, you know. Because one day you have a guy, for example, like Stan Smith, who said, "Okay, I will put my head on the shoes," and after that, you know, the sport said, "Oh, we can do that too," and we can try to put some colors, you know, on our outfit after Agassi and all these guys.
Because he had some crazy outfits.
Exactly, it was my best. Him and Sampras, you know, two different style. Sampras more classy, but a little bit different, like very large and everything. And Agassi with all these colors and
the mullet, the hair, the biker shorts,
the details.
Yeah.
So cool.
Crazy. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.